All right, hey guys, Delt here. So first off, before I really just get into the gameplay, I wanted to say I was helping one of my friends just sort of rank up so you can get into Plat and I could play with him because I was at Plat 3, and duoing is so much easier than solo queuing. If you have a friend, if you have a couple friends, just play with them and it'll make the game so much better. I made it to Plat on my main account with like a 50% win rate. This is like 68%, almost 70% win rate. And yeah, highly recommend doing that because it makes everything so much easier. Anyway, I wanted to go over a few of these games. So basically, lower ranks, I was filling DPS as much as I could so we could just keep running it down and getting as much as we could. And as we got closer into Plat, I started flexing into tank and DPS because I feel like I'm much more comfortable and I'm much better with those roles. And I want to go over this game right here. I went 51-8 with Dr. Strange. My duo went 52-7. So I want to go through this and sort of show my mindset for what I was doing and how I was sort of going about the game. I'm gonna be honest, I was starting to crash out and I'm glad I wasn't recording, and I'm just doing this as like recording after the fact because I was getting very frustrated with our team. He got a hexa kill on Bucky. Anyways, it's going to be a relatively long video because I'm going to be pausing and talking about like positioning and how people on my team also could be playing better with me as a mainline tank, because there was definitely some positions where I had to push up further than I wanted to protect my teammates. If I'm doing that, I'm dying. If I'm dying, the healers are focusing me. And if the healers are constantly having to focus me, he's not going to be doing as much damage as he needs to. And this guy also isn't going to be doing as much damage as he needs to. They swapped heal and pretty late in the game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it helps you out. Let's get right into it. All right, so just starting the game off. Just want to get on the cart. When you're playing tank, you don't need to be in front of the cart. You just need to be on the other side of it. And now that I see Groot going in, I'm just going to go in with him and try to keep Wolverine from being able to do too much to him. And then just keep pushing now. Side note, something that I really noticed with both of these teams is both teams did really good on attack and both teams did really bad on defense. So just keep that in mind as we go through this, because why is Wolverine all the way up here when his tank is here? I understand he's diving our tanks, but like just wait a little bit longer and pull us further back. Like there's just little things like that that people need to be a lot more aware of, because he's doing nothing right here. Absolutely nothing. And what ends up happening is now they're focusing that Wolverine to get him top back up, and we're just able to kill the Magneto for free. And now it's a 6v5, and I'm just trying to be as aggressive as I can. I am taking a ton of damage. Let's get rid of that. But I do want to try to be aggressive. I want to keep hitting people. Wolverine pulls our Groot, so I'm going to go help him out. And we're just going to keep pushing now. Folks out of position, so I'm going to try to jump on her. I'm calling it out to my teammate, but I basically solo kill her. And then I need heals really bad, and I'm just trying to back up to my team, get into the Loki shift, and we're fine.
I am strengthened for battle.
Notice that majority of the time when Wolverine jumps on me, I just shift up into the air because he can't hit me even from there, unless he has his ultimate. Right. And they're pulling a bunch of support ults right now. It's fine. We're just gonna step out of it and do what we can. Cloak and Dagger support ult now too. Once again, I'm just gonna shift up into the air because it can't hit me and try to cover for Groot, but yeah. All right, support ults are over. We got a kill. I'm just gonna start pushing back in here. I think I'm actually looking for an ultimate. That's why I shifted up to here. And right here we get the Eye of Agamotto. They have no support ult, so this should be really good for us. Yeah. We basically just teamed wiped because of that ultimate, so perfect. And just to make sure here in a couple seconds, I do fly up just because I don't want somebody to be able to get to the point, and I can sort of body block at the wall here. And so now that we got the checkpoint, I need to get back over to the team. And Groot's pushing up, which just lets me drop down there. During this time, we do have people calling out that somebody's on the right. We don't know who it is, but somebody's on the right. So I'm trying to pay attention to not push up too far in case it was Wolverine. All right, and I do want to point out right here too. Somebody's on our back line. Hulk is on our back line. Groot and I aren't moving. We're still up here. We're still facing them. I do turn around and look just to make sure. I see that it's just Hulk. See that they're doing fine. And then I immediately turn back. What happens if me and Groot go back is that the rest of their team gets to push up. And instead of it being like a 4v1 on the back line, it just turns it into this giant like mess of a fight. So me and Groot staying up front and not letting the rest of the team push up is helping more than us turning around and trying to walk and hit that guy. All right, and I got walled off by Groot. It's fine. I'm trying to just push the back line again here. And I'm just gonna probably fly up and finish him. Yeah. I pressed the F. I was like freaking out right there. I was kind of upset with myself, but it's fine. All right, and right here, like, there's only 3 ways to get to us, and we're blocking off one of them. We're gonna get this. They're not gonna get through us. Unless they did. They did. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Alright, it does matter now. They use support ults. We're just backing up. Our support actually matched it. So, now that their support ults are over, I just use that. I get a kill. And we're just kind of doing whatever. Hey, look, Namor did it again. I'm just going to fly up and press E. I killed him the same way 2 times in a row. It's great. Yeah, with my Eye of Agamotto's, the main thing that I'm looking for is that their defensive support ultimates are down. So they have Cloak and Dagger, they have Invisible Woman. As soon as those end, I can press Q and kill multiple people. If they had somebody like a Rocket, I wouldn't even care. Like, that's not gonna save them getting a little bit more damage because they're not gonna be able to do anything anyway. And I'm breaking this here so I can sort of just get into a better position. And then I realize that Venom's diving and nobody's reacting to it, so I'm going to help out. Somebody's still on Invisible Woman. Go back because I just said something really dumb. Somebody is still on our Luna, but I can't continue to go back with them pushing up here. I didn't block that the right way. It's fine. I'm still going in. Right there, I was just trying to make sure that I could have blocked the Scarlet Witch if the team didn't kill her. That's why I just flew up into the air to be safe. Alright, we got some ultimates going, so I'm just gonna block for him as he does that. I'm pinging that they're going around, and it doesn't look like anybody's reacting to it, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm there. And that's pretty much just GG there. So, really good attack. Our team did really well. Yeah, it was a straight up one-sided stomp. And I thought this game was going to be easy because of that. But, alright. So, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about here. On defense on this map. This wall right here This is where I want to play. What this lets me do is as they're coming up, I can still tank. I can still do what I need to do. I'm not going to let them get past this point because I have this wall for cover. I don't need to use my shield all the time. And this really is probably the best place for me to be. Our Loki is here. And our Punisher sets up here. Notice that this Punisher has absolutely no cover when his turret dies. Nothing. If he was behind this, fine enough. But in all reality, he should be up here. Like, if he's up here, sure, the bridge blocks some of it. But, like, this is still more than enough. And he's behind me in case I need to block something. And when his turret breaks, he could just use this wall then. But instead, our entire team, other than my duo, is right next to me. Let's see how this goes.
5, 4,
3, 2, come get that vehicle.
I see this. And I know that I have to protect him. So I immediately move over. And I'm just trying to like sort of stand in front of him. He's already dead. He's already dead. And yes, I could have used my shield. I could have protected him a little bit more. But if I did that, I'm not going to have my shield for when it's important. If it breaks, it goes on a really long cooldown. You don't want that to happen. Let's just watch it from a different perspective real quick.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
All right, so healer gets into a good spot, kind of, sort of. Why are we all pushed up this far? And I'm realizing that I need to protect him, so you see me go over. And yeah. So that's what I'm saying, like, just put this away again real quick. This is safe, and this is a great spot for healers. Right here. Reason this is a great spot for healers is if you're going to get flanked, 99% of the time it comes from right here. That's also part of why I like to be here, because I could be in line of sight of my healer while they could also just be constantly looking at their flank. And if our DPS are up here, they could just walk right here, the healer can heal them, and then they can go back to doing whatever they need to do. So if you are playing this map on defense, this is genuinely the best way to play it. Like, our tank should be here or here. Either way. I like just to use this little wall though, because it keeps them at this like line. Healers should be somewhere back here. Sure, they could come out and then they can go back. Sort of healers just sort of play like this. And they're constantly also looking over like, okay, I'm safe. I go back to healing. Okay, I'm safe. I go back to healing. The only other flank is this way. And they have to run all the way around, go into this building, all the way around, and come back. Majority of the time, people don't do this. And then you could just have DPS up here or near the healers. There is no reason that everybody should be right here. None at all. I ran up because I was trying to protect this guy, and it just didn't matter. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't need to be shooting them while they're walking down this way. Just hold right here. Hold right here. This is your, like, defensive line. All right, I'm going to play the video game now and stop talking.
I am strengthened for battle.
So now that I realize that he's dead and our team's all dying, I'm going to try to take my wall back, but we're so hurt right now that I'm not going to be able to keep holding that. Like, I'm just trying to protect myself and keep myself alive and hope for the best. Once again, I'm scared. I fly up into the air, put up my shield, I get some heals, and then we go back in. So from here, I'm kind of wanting to hopefully stop them and just hold this. But at this point, I can't, and just need to, like, play whatever I can. We got a couple kills though, like we're holding off pretty well. I'm trying to ignore Magneto because he's not going to do anything. And then once he gets low health, I kind of try, but for the most part, I'm trying to ignore that tank. We didn't kill the respawn beacon though, but it's fine. We just killed him again. And that Luna ult also. What was that for?
Thanks for the upgrade.
I am ready to.
Oh, okay. She matched. That's fine. She matched the support ult. I feel less bad now. Okay. I thought that she had used it right at the end. It's still not my favorite, but at least there was an idea behind it. I'm happy with it. This was a good defense. I just wanted to see what the support ult was because I wanted to say if it was good or bad, and like that was fine. That was completely fine. Yeah. Good defense from our team there. Once again, our team is pushing up in front of us, and I need to walk in front of him to protect him, and I wasted shield. Like I said, I want to hold this wall that I'm at right now. I was just trying to see what was going on, but he seemed fine, so I'm going back to the team. The moon. And I trolled this. This was really bad of me. I saw that we were losing, and I thought that I could change it, and I wasted my ultimate. That was pretty badly my fault, especially because I was literally in the moon ult. Like, there was, there we go. Like, there was just nothing that we were gonna do here. Even if I landed this ultimate, we were probably all dead. And I think this is where our team just fell apart. We're sort of staggering in right here, and I wasn't trying to like go all the way. I was just trying to hold right here, and our group kind of goes in pretty hard. Our Punisher just died on the left. So we never really have a full team. And I'm trying to be aggressive still to like keep them from pushing too hard. But yeah.
These aren't so dangerous, but fragile. Outdone magic.
All right, so once again, like our backline's getting hit. I'm trying to keep the rest of their team away so they can't do anything. But it doesn't matter because Bucky gets his ultimate again and starts killing everyone on my team. So that's that point gone. Kind of sad, but it happens. Welcome back up. We know this point's gone. We need to back up.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
And I'm trying to call to my teammates, hey, we need to back up. Hey, we need to back up. Hey, we need to back up. And they're not doing it. So once again, I have to put myself out of position here while my teammates are dying to try to keep more from dying. And that's something that's recurring throughout this game. Like, so I want to talk about it a little bit more. We know they're getting this point. There's absolutely no way we could defend this. Why are we staying right here? If we think that we're holding this choke, we are not, because this door is opening. We need to move back and be here. Like, the tank can be here somewhere. Our other tank can be here. This probably isn't even the safest. Like, this wall is where we should be. Like, we should have like a straight line type of thing like here. We could even break this wall for a little bit more space, but we should be back here. Instead,
Vehicle reached a checkpoint.
all of this is happening. They're up here dying. I'm calling for us to back up, and we just have too many people dying again. once again, so like just out of whatever. Watch me. Like I'm holding them off and then I finally like get back here and look, I'm kind of safe now for a second. We just have no healers, so I have to keep backing up. I see him and I see that he's low, so I just go in and E. That's basically it. Groot, ultimate, the moon. I'm out of position. I can't get back. The moon was in between us. And our team is once again staggering. Me and my duo died. I died, then my duo died. And now Loki's dead, and now Rocket's dead. Or Punisher. Like, I have an Agamotto, and I might be able to do something with it. And I'm honestly trying to look for it right now, but I see Moon Knight first. We pick him off, and then I'm just trying to see what I can do here. And decide, you know what? This is probably a good time for it. Just make sure that they're not going to do anything about it. And they didn't. So we get a little bit of a good hold here. If anybody could help me with that, it would be great, but it's fine. And I do push a little bit here because I was trying to see if I can get him or if I can get them, but then they're all showing. So once again, we're just backing up. I want to hold around this area now because the cart is behind us. So they're going to be coming in here. I want to hold here and have somebody basically just paying attention to this. All right, so Mia's tank is here. Everybody else should be like a mix of like here, here, here. Like we don't need to all just be right here, like literally right behind me. Punisher is actually in a fine enough position. I would prefer to see Punisher a little bit more this way, like just set up behind this rock or like to the right of this rock. So then when this does break, you could just get behind this here. But this is fine enough, like fair enough. That's a good position. It's just not a safe position. And so this is, I just want to keep going over like, if you see that your tank is playing here, you don't need to be right here. Punisher's fine. He's not stacked up. He's in a good spot. If Moon Knight presses his Q and it's right here, it's really bad. In one of my past videos, I gave a tip of group up, don't stack. Punisher's doing it really well. And this is just something that I want to keep like reiterating, is just like positioning, because somebody could even be up here for all I care and then just be able to back up. But we're not utilizing this space, which once this finishes rejuvenating is a pretty good space. And we're also not using, got so lost. We're also not using this space back here. This is just a lot of like free room, and we're just all in the same line of sight here, which isn't the best. I just want to go over this because I feel like I've noticed people are really good on attack. We're like pretty decent on attack, but on defense, it's the teams really do fall apart. And just showing this, I think, is a good way to sort of like get your mind thinking, where could I be? Again, Punisher, at the very least, has a different line of sight from the rest of the team. I would prefer for him to be here. Once again, because he has cover, or he could go this way after I press the wrong button, or he can come up here. And this is fine too, because as soon as he starts to take damage, he just backs up and goes here. The map has all of this space. Don't group up like this. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. Back to the video game. Alright, and Venom's diving, and he's way out of position, so we're just gonna focus him there. And that's really good for us. I get walled off, so I just fly to get around it. Cloak and Dagger's ulting, so we should be backing up. If we don't have ults of our own, we should be backing up. We shouldn't be taking free damage, and then the moon kills my entire team. So, just to go over that. I know it looks like I just immediately gave up our position, and it's because I did. And we need to sort of be able to deal with that. So, what do we do here? Looking at it from this angle, we get the pick on Venom. And their Cloak and Dagger makes a tempo ult. The fight is 4-6. But we don't have a support ult to deal with this. So I'm backing up. I'm getting out of this Cloak and Dagger ult. And our team should be doing the same thing. Keep backing up. Groot's kind of getting us killed here because he's standing in it. We need to keep backing up. Literally get all the way back here. It doesn't matter that the cart's going to push forward. We need to stay alive. Since we didn't continue backing up, he uses the moon. And remember what I said earlier? We're all in this same area. Punisher is once again actually in the right spot. Positioning wise, he's in the right spot. He's not doing anything right now, but at least he's not dying to this. So, support ult goes out. It makes space from here to here. Just back up out of it. All we had to do. But yeah, we didn't do that, and I think that just ends up winning the game for the other team. Because Groot just walls this off eventually. Alright. We go again. Once again on defense.
3, 2.
And I was trying to tell my team to play further back, but they already weren't. So instead, I'm just playing on Punisher this time instead of trying to play what I want to play. And so I'm just pushing up and trying to keep them as far back away from him as I can. Bucky ends up killing everyone somehow. I'm trying to keep their team back, but everyone's dead. So that wasn't the best hold. I was doing my best to try to keep people away, but Bucky apparently just walked right by me and I didn't realize, and our entire backline couldn't deal with him, so yeah. Alright, I'm getting back to the point here, and they're almost on it, and I decide, screw it, I'm just gonna go touch. And I just barely get there, but I'm on it. So let's see if we can do anything. Trying to keep on the point at the very least, but I don't want to line of sight my healers. And Bucky gets his ultimate, and I die right here. Invisible Woman has her ultimate. He died. Does Invisible Woman have her ultimate this entire time? No. Fair enough. Alright, she just gets it. If she used it immediately, I lived. She was just a little bit slow on using it, so fair enough. I'm not gonna fault that. I tried to touch, I tried to do what I could as a tank to stay up there, but it didn't work. And we're just very, very slowly losing this game. It is not going well for you boys. I'm trying to get back up, trying to do what I can. And I think I die again here. I don't remember for sure. I'm pretty sure I die again here. Yeah, our backline is dying again. And so I thought that I would be able to get a heal, and I just didn't. Our team's still fighting. Stuff's still happening. For some reason, in my mind, at this point in the game, Cloak and Dagger used her ultimate. Don't know why I thought that, but in my mind, that's exactly what happened. And as soon as I came back to life, I made a portal, and I put it right behind them. They're pushing way too hard right here. There's no point for them to be in this hallway. And I open a portal, get right behind them, and this wins the game. Or at least it finishes the round. Without that portal, They were gonna keep going forever. Yeah, if she used her ultimate, this game also would have kept going forever, but I had to do something, and I knew that I had mine, so I just went right behind them, and luckily they were blind and deaf. Because if they weren't, and I didn't get like a 4 or 5 man Agamotto, then this game was just over. 5 man. The only person that I didn't hit was, I think, over here. That was our teammate. There was somebody else. I missed someone. Oh, Venom in there. Who am I focusing? That's also very important. I killed Bucky because he's carrying the game, and I killed Cloak and Dagger because very important to kill their healer. I should be focusing Rocket after, but I just wanted to kill everyone I could, and yeah. Alright, so 1.5 meters away from the second point. That's what we gotta get. But once again,
2, 3. They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
from what I've noticed, teams are very bad at defense. Why is Venom here? Why is their entire team in line of sight from the doorway? So this is just... I can see all of them.
In 5,
I point out, hey, Moon Knight's on the right.
3,
And then we just get to push out with all this information.
2, 1. You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
And so once again, I'm just sort of playing behind the car. I'm letting Groot front tank because that's what he wants to do. And I'm just trying to see if I need to do anything else. And Groot backs up, so I take the position and almost die. I'm just sitting here waiting for heals. Just as a side note, remember when I said I was like starting to crash out in this game? I'm looking back at the healers. In my mind, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you not healing me? I just went through my entire shield. I had 2 health. Please. And I'm sure they were just busy healing someone else, so I didn't say anything in game, but like just the little things like that where like I look back at my healers, like you know that's what I'm thinking. And then I get to go back out again. Alright, Cloak and Dagger ult. That's not good for us, but I decide that I'm just gonna try to put Pasha. It didn't work out, so I just backed up. And our healers, I think, were dead. Or they were just struggling to stay alive themselves. And I ended up dying here, which got scary. This was like an oh frick moment, because we just need to not let that happen again. So, pushing back up. Venom's in the back line. I don't want him to get out. I'm getting on the cart now. And I'm just pushing in front of the team. I don't want them to have space. Groot gets a good ultimate there. We get a pick on the healer. Bucky's doing Bucky things, but we're all fine. He hit the 2 tanks, and we have our healers behind us still. Shield for the whatever. And we're just gonna keep going. Side note, I could ultimate here. There's 2 people. Don't do it. We see Moon Knight up top. Not worried about it. We know that they're basically all coming from the right, just based off how they were positioning. Rocket decides to run in really early. There was no point in him doing that. Could have just given this point. We're stuck in overtime, and I am looking for a big Agamotto. Venom's trying to do Venom things. I won't want to make sure he gets out. And now I'm looking for a big Agamotto again. Find one. And this should just be game at this point. I went to do a portal flip on this point. And I'm not a Doctor Strange main. And I messed it up. And I'm not a Doctor Strange main, so I messed it up. The other portal is supposed to be here. So you put one portal here, and the other one goes in here. So then they can't come from this way or this way. It forces them to have to come from over here, which is behind the point, and it's a lot easier to keep them off then. So yeah, I just trolled that because I'm not a Doctor Strange main, so my bad. So I'm just trying to hold them. Cloak and Dagger's ulting. We haven't used ours yet. There goes the Invisible Woman ult, so we're fine. If we can kill him, that's perfect. And we're just trying to do what we can. I just want to stay on the cart. That's my only job, really. Luckily, my duo pops off right there, and we win. So just show that fight from outside again, because we lost a lot of fights when Cloak and Dagger used her ultimate. What was different about this one? Cloak and Dagger comes in with her ult and goes back. Invisible Woman ults and fully cancels it out, so we're able just to stand there and we can just do the fight as normal. We're not having to worry about Cloak and Dagger ult killing us. I'm sure it's going to keep people alive, but we're fine. And I just wanted to show that again, because if we didn't have support ult, I had to stay on the point. Groot had to stay on the point with me, and everyone else has to back up. They have to be back here where they can help, but they could be safe. Since Invisible Woman used her ult, that just means everyone goes into the Invisible Woman ult. But once again, if we didn't have that, we had to just back up. Luckily we did, and it just made it to where we just push up and win the game now. So I didn't talk about the enemy team's positioning at first, so let's just do that, because why not? Once again, holding this point as a tank, I like to be here. This is a little bit of cover that you could just use, and everyone else should be like back here. They could be up here, could be here. Heck, they could even be like over here playing off this flank. There's no point for tanks to be on the cart here. There's absolutely no point for tanks to be on the cart. Why are they here? And what that forces is their entire team now has to be here. Because, like, if they're not here, they're not being useful. If you let the other team push up and you just hold from here back, your team could be here, your team could be here, your team could be here. Like, you have cover in all these different places. By pushing up here, you're getting rid of all of it. And these are things that teams really need to think about on defense specifically. And I think that's why attack just feels a lot easier a lot of the time, because people aren't thinking about that. And you just get these, like, free pushes where Wolverine has to get back. Now both healers are focusing on him to keep him alive, and we get to kill the other people that they're not focusing on anymore. And this is where situations like this, people are like, healers, heal me, you're not healing me. Well, they're so busy trying to focus the other guy that they can't heal this guy. And it just sort of spirals a lot. So positioning is really important, and I really wanted to touch on that with this. I hope this helps. Again, like, your teammates aren't always going to listen to you. I was trying to explain this to them before, like, our second defense, but it didn't work out anyway, and I had to play up here because our Punisher once again set up in the same spot right here. You could try your best to let teams know, but as you climb up, just do your best to be in the position where you could be. If you're a tank, you want to be playing around here. You have cover. You can touch the point so it doesn't get around the corner. And if it does get around the corner, you just move back and you play here on the other side of this wall. If you're a DPS or a healer, you want to be either up here at the start of the game. You could be over here. It's not as safe, but you could just like move around between these different spots. It's completely. And as a healer, I like to play right here. Once again, I can see the tank. I could very quickly just walk over, or like Invisible Woman, jump up and heal the DPS that are up here. And I could also see the flank, which nobody used this game, by the way. Pushing up that far, all it does is make it easier for you to die. I've said the same thing a million times now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. If you liked it, please give it a like, comment, or subscribe. And peace.